Hi, my name is Maggie Morrison with Divinely Driven Ministry, and I am here with your Mission Driven Moment. Today, given the time of year it is, I just wanted to come on here and talk to you about one of my favorite things about Christmas time and the new year. And that is simply the memories that we remember from past years and the memories that we grow in our current year. One of my favorite ways to remember during this season is through Christmas ornaments. So I wanted to show you one of my favorite Christmas ornaments. Now this just looks like a little gingerbread man that a little boy did when he was about 2.5 years old, which is true. However, this has quickly become one of my favorite memories because this year, my now 2-year-old found this ornament as we were decorating the tree, and he could smell the cinnamon of this. This resembled what he had just learned in his little preschool class all about gingerbread men, that they were in fact cookies. And so he excitedly asked me if he could have some of this, wanting to dig into this bite. I assured him that it did not taste good and that he was not going to enjoy this. But him and his little 2-year-old stubbornness decided to sneak away with this ornament into the back room and proceed to take a bite out of its arm. See, it is now missing a spot. Of course, he quickly ran out into the room, crying, mouth full of just disgusting 3-year-old cinnamon ornament with no sugar. So I helped him clean his mouth up and let him know that mom is in fact trustworthy, right? I think this was a huge lesson for him in the fact that his mother can be trusted. And so as we put this ornament on the tree, I now have a new memory to remember with this. And, as I thought through this and I began sharing other stories with my kids and reminiscing with my husband, it just reminded me of so much what God's been trying to show me lately. And that is to remember where he's brought me, remember where he's brought us. And so I think one of my biggest struggles lately in this year has been to just not remember what God's brought me out of. And whenever we fail to remember, that's when we start to struggle. That's when the enemy sneaks in and he's able to get a stronghold on us. And one of the stories and verses that God has really used in my life this year comes out of Joshua. And it is when God commands Joshua to bring the Israelites to cross the Jordan River. And as he does this, it's in Joshua 4. It says, when the whole nation had finished crossing the Jordan, the Lord said to Joshua, choose 12 men from among the people, one from each tribe, and tell them to take up 12 stones from the middle of the Jordan, from right where the priest stood, and to carry them over with you and put them down at the place where you stay tonight. So God asked them to pick up stones from the middle of the river as they crossed. And then all the way down in verse 21, Joshua said to the Israelites, in the future, when your descendants ask their fathers, what do these stones mean? Tell them, Israel crossed the Jordan on dry ground. For the Lord your God dried up the Jordan before you until you had crossed over. The Lord your God did to the Jordan just what he had done to the Red Sea, when he dried it up before us until we had crossed over. And this verse right here is my favorite. He did this so that all the people of the earth might know that the hand of the Lord is powerful, and so that you might always fear the Lord your God. I love that God wanted them to remember. He didn't want them to forget what he had done for them. And so he asked them to build a small altar with the rocks from the middle of the Jordan so that everybody would always know what God had brought their people through, so they would not forget and continue to fall back on old ways. Just as we pull out our Christmas ornaments every year and remember what the past has brought for us in years past, we should be carrying our stones with us from year to year as we go into this new year, this next chapter in our lives. Make sure we carry our stones with us so that we don't forget and that we can continue to remember his goodness and his faithfulness on our lives. Because just like my son learned that his mother was trustworthy, we too need to continually remember that our Father in heaven is faithful and he is even more trustworthy than anyone on earth could be for us. So here's to a new year, and God bless.